Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. Are you an author, speaker, coach, or entrepreneur building a brand in today's very crowded marketplace? How do you stand out? Join me on September 27th and share 97 minutes of your time for just $97 and learn how to empower your brand message and shine as a guest on podcasts. iHeart's doing it. Spotify's doing it. You should do it too. Join me and spend 97 minutes of your time for just $97. You can find the registry link in the show notes. Hope to see you there. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Lori Voss. She is a conscious wellness expert. Welcome, Lori. How are you doing today?
I'm really good. Thank you very much for having me.
It is my honor and my pleasure. I know we've been trying to get this done for a little while, little roadblocks and hurdles here and there, but we are finally here, and I am so grateful and happy to have you here. So with that being said, let us jump right in. I'm curious, how long have you been working in the world of health and wellness, and how do you define conscious wellness, and what differentiates it from traditional wellness practices?
Okay. Yeah, to jump right in. So I've been working with conscious wellness or health and wellness for approximately 5 years now. And how to define conscious wellness versus traditional wellness? I would say conscious wellness really takes that holistic approach. So we really look at our mind, environment, lifestyle, nutrition, but also emotional, mental, physical, spiritual side, the energy bodies. And I would say more traditional side it's more focused just at something specific. So if there's a problem, we're just going to deal with that problem and try to solve it. How can we manage that? So it's really taking in like a holistic approach. We're going to look at all different kinds of aspects for what's going on when we think about
the whole picture.
Wellness. Yes.
So what drives, motivates, and inspires you to keep going and excelling at all that you do, Lori?
Oh, that's such a good one. I've come across the information and this beautiful amount of wisdom over the years, and I just feel like it's a must to share it. It's something that's really inside of me that it's like a fire that burns in your heart. It's something that needs to be done, and it's there. Of course, we all have highs and lows, kind of the ebbs and flows and things, but it never leaves that resonance of this information. This energy needs to be shared with people and to help others to be empowered. So it's just within my soul.
It's part of your DNA.
Yes.
I love it. I love, and I find it very interesting that you chose to use the title of expert as opposed to coach. What was the logic or thinking behind that decision, and why did you choose expert over coach?
Good question. So actually, it's quite interesting because I have as well studied coaching. I took my coaching certification in Singapore a couple years ago already. But there was a kind of internal issue that I felt that the word coach just didn't resonate with me. I always kept kind of going back to a basketball coach or a sports coach. And it was just like something doesn't fit. And even at the beginning stages of getting into my career, it was like, even what kind of coach am I? A life coach? It just felt I was stumbling on this so much. So it was like, obviously, this isn't the word for me. I played around with a couple others, but I really felt like expert it encompassed that because this is my area of expertise in general. And I manage, like I mentioned earlier, just so many different aspects. So it just resonated. Again, it's just that kind of feeling inside.
I've found that a lot of women don't like using the word coach. They'd prefer to use mentor or guide or expert or something like that. So you're not alone in that's for sure. So in your mind or opinion, then what are the differences then in terms of a coach versus a mentor versus an expert, would you say?
Like I already said, coach, I quite easily go to feeling like I say, like a basketball coach or a sports coach. But I know there's lots of amazing like business coaches out there as well. And that's where, again, I feel like it's like a lot of the business industry. There's that coach. Yes, of course, there's health and wellness coaches out there as well. Generally, I feel that the coach definition is like someone who's going to tell me what to do. Although when we took our coaching certification, that's not what we do at all. But there's so many different types of coaches out there. So I feel, again, the definition is quite loose and depends on what they're doing and how they want to use it. In terms of a mentor, I feel that's more like someone that I look up to. They're going to tell me again what to do. I'm just really looking up to this, someone higher above. Again, that's just my feeling of what the word feels to. And I think an expert is someone who is just there. They have a level of expertise in a certain field. And it's, for me, I feel like, ooh, if there's something interesting, I want to learn from this expert. That's who I want to go to when I'm interested to get some new information. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Can you share what inspired your personal journey into conscious wellness, and what was the pivotal or catalyst moment that led you down the path?
Oh, yes. What really was my pivotal moment? We were living in Japan at the time, and my husband had a job transfer to go to China. And in that time space, my husband's company recommended or said it was necessary for us to get some vaccinations. So we did. And unfortunately, after I received, there was 3 different vaccinations. And it's so crazy because I feel like I was so loose with my health back then. I don't even know exactly what they all are. I mean, that was quite a few years ago already.
Yeah.
But, I think back and I'm like, I think it was these 3. But anyways, that's not the real point. The point is, after those vaccinations, I started to develop some health problems. It was in my reproductive area. Every menstrual cycle, I started to experience very severe pain. I didn't realize at the beginning the connection or what was even going on. I even thought maybe my appendix had burst. So it was quite a scary space. Yeah. And as it continued to reoccur every month, I started to look for help, and I couldn't find any answers in Western medicine. We were fortunate to have very good medical care. So I had access to a lot of international doctors, and I took advantage of that. I went to see all the doctors and the specialists that I could. But again, I just really didn't feel comfortable with the information they were giving to me. I don't think they really maybe knew also what was wrong with me, or and at one point, because they were also like, what happened in your life? And the reality of the vaccines came up, but no doctors would link that.
Of course not. Are you kidding me?
But I was quite young at the time. I was in my 20s, but I just still felt like this is not right. It's not resonating with me. Something else is here. So really that was the shift that changed. And I said, I need to do something else because I cannot endure this pain anymore. The answers that the doctors are giving me didn't resonate. They were going to put me on birth control, which I was like, I think that could have even been a potential factor what's contributing to this problem from the beginning.
Yeah.
With the vaccine, it's not only the factor. There's other health issues that could have been contributing as well. But I do believe the vaccines pushed my health over to go then into a concerning space.
And the doctors would certainly never, ever in a million years admit that. There's no way in hell.
No. Some of them were like, well, it could be, but we don't really know. So it doesn't matter, basically. And it's either take birth control or hormone therapy treatment or get all of your reproductive organs cut out. And it was like, yeah, but we don't even know if that's really what's happening here. It didn't feel like it was, like I say, a root cause. So I knew at that point, again, it was like a shifting space for me. I needed to get deeper and dig deeper. And that's really when I started to shift where I was at and where I wanted to go.
Well, that's quite the journey for sure.
Yeah.
How have your personal experiences shaped your philosophy on conscious wellness, would you say?
That being one of my biggest personal experiences, what I just shared, that's been the catalyst for the change for me. Because like I say, I knew that I needed to do something different and it was up to me. And that's where I started to take my power back, to bring that empowerment back to myself. It was up to me to find the answers and to dig deeper, to find the teachers, to find the information, to look around. And only I will know if my body's getting better. I don't need someone else to tell me that. I'm going to know that by the things that I'm doing. So the personal pain that I was going through was really what was shifting me on my conscious journey. And it was like, I need to keep going because the pain kept reoccurring. So it was like, there's more. I need to just keep peeling back the layers of that onion, just keep going.
So many people put so much faith in Western medicine and the doctors. And that's not to say that we don't need it. Of course we do. We need it. But it's like these doctors and these health professionals are put on pedestals. And we believe every single thing they said. And I mean, let's be honest, they're doing the best with the tools that they have, for sure, but they don't know everything. They are not gods. Even though some of them have God complexes, they are not gods. And we need to do our own research. We need to learn to do that for ourselves. And like you said, you know your body better than anybody. You know your body better than a doctor, better than anybody out there. So trust when something doesn't feel right in your body, that there's something going on. And if the doctors aren't giving you the answers that you're looking for, then you need to look elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But so many people don't trust themselves and they put all of their faith in these doctors.
Yes. I feel like it's an unfortunate kind of almost syndrome that we're faced with right now, because I don't have my doctor's degree, but I'm in health and wellness and I have a plethora of modalities and healing information to offer. But a lot of people also dismiss it because it's like, you're not a doctor. You don't have a medical degree, but it's, oh my God. It's like, I'm not telling you to take a chemical composition of drugs that are made in a laboratory. I'm helping guide you to eat good food that's going to support your body and support your kidneys to support this. So it really, that's where that, like I say, the holistic approach comes in. It really does. But you're right. A lot of people they don't trust themselves. And I can say myself, I didn't either before. I didn't know enough in some regard. I didn't ever think that it's almost like we always look externally for the answers.
Yes, for sure.
And
when they're all right here inside of us.
Yes.
How has your understanding of wellness evolved over time?
Yeah. So again, it's almost similarly what we've just been talking about already. It's like the understanding of wellness is really something exactly that comes from within us. I believe that we all have the healing power within us to heal. I didn't believe that before. I would have never even thought of something like that before. But going through my journey of healing and learning different modalities, I'm speaking with different teachers, different experts, different mentors, different coaches in different areas, and getting the energy and the information from them and feeling what resonates with me. That's really been a big piece for what I take on for myself and also what I teach for my clients. It's like really learning to understand what resonates in your body through that feeling of the emotions, the energy. If it resonates, was a good chance it's for you. You're feeling that naturally. And it's evolved over time just through practice of greater awareness, through the meditation, as we also clean out a lot of the garbage in our lives with nutrition, but also thoughts and also stuff like news sources and outlets that this kind of garbage is being thrown at us, or like I say, what we're even putting in our mouths. As we start to clean that out more, we can bring more clarity into our lives. And we really start to have that higher conscious awareness. So that's, again, but it just takes that time. It's like those building blocks as we continue to learn and grow. We work on that space naturally.
Can you explain the importance of integrating mind, body, and spirit in achieving optimal wellness?
Yes. So these are all interconnected. And I also look at like the emotional, mental, physical, spiritual. So that's quite like the mind, body will have the physical in that space, the mental, emotional. So it's the energetic components that are all interconnected. So we can't necessarily see these things always, right? The energetic side of it. And that's what Western medicine doesn't address.
Yes.
The energetics of what we might be going through, our feelings that we're having. Are we able to speak our truth? Are we feeling purposeful in our lives? These different components are all part of our overall well-being, and they're all connected. So if one part is off, we might not feel it initially, or we might not feel it as a tremendous piece, but it's there. It's almost like one wobbly wheel. You could still go forward, but it's a little bit slower. So we want to work on all those components. So everything is running in alignment and functioning smoothly to be able to have that optimal health and wellness.
Can you share some daily practices or routines that you recommend for maintaining conscious wellness?
Yeah. So meditation is one that's right off the top. That's something I think we could all benefit from. And it can be something as simple as 5 minutes, just grounding yourself a day, but it can also be up to an hour. But it really feels what's best for yourself. Meditation is definitely at the top. And next is really nutrition is what I like to work with. And what I like to do is, or what I often say is like my morning routine starts at night. I think about what I want to have for breakfast tomorrow. I'm preparing that already the evening before. And I say by preparing because I'm usually eating a whole grain breakfast and not like a processed cereal or even a whole grain bread, like the actual grain. And that requires a soaking time. So I think about that the night before. So that's, again, that mindfulness. We're always in that conscious space of, and it's also today I ate quinoa, for example. Tomorrow I'm going to eat amaranth. So it's like that diversity as well. And we're always just having that level of awareness and bringing that in. Those are the top two, I would say. But of course, we could probably go on for quite a bit, but I would definitely, the nutrition and the meditation is definitely on the top.
So with the meditation piece, what do you say to someone? Because I've heard a lot of people say, I can't meditate. I just can't do it. So what do you say to people that say that? What's your response? Usually
I dig a little bit deeper and say, what have you tried? What's been your experience? Because it can be challenging. I get that. And then it's kind of invite them maybe we could do a meditation together. I can show you perhaps a different style that you're not familiar with. Yeah, because that's just it. There's so many different types of meditations out there, and I've heard it as well 100+ times that I can't do it. It's too hard. It's too difficult.
I can't quiet my mind. I can't do this. I can't do that.
So usually I dig a little bit deeper, and then I'm inviting them to go together because it doesn't have to be hard. It's really something accessible.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How do you continue to grow and evolve in your practice, and what inspires you to keep learning?
How do I continue to grow about? Always learning. I still take some courses from my nutrition teacher as well, and other teachers out there. I recently got more into doing herbal remedies and tinctures, so more into foraging, finding natural medicines in the wild, and finding ways to use that as a medicinal purpose for health and wellness. And that's really how I keep evolving. And it's just, I really am attracted to basically all things natural. And that's where that consciousness comes in. We can appreciate it. We see it more. We know that these things are on this planet for us, not just for us to use and to rip out of the planet, but to give back and finding that reciprocal energy. Yeah, that's definitely.
And then sharing that wisdom with your clients, because there are so many people that have no clue about the natural remedies that are out there, and that we are able to, as we've said, heal ourselves. The answers are here within. But again, so many people believe in and trust in what Western medicine is telling us, that you need to do these things to get better, like using cancer as an example, radiation and chemo. And no, there's many other things out there that can help to heal that, as opposed to going that route.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And something even like dandelions, we all have heard already, like the weed, the dandelion, the horrible dandelion weed. I think it is coming more into consciousness now already. I'm seeing more posts and different things, people talking about, it's okay, leave them grow, the bees like them, this. And then people, oh yeah, we can have dandelion root tea and this is good for our liver. These kinds of simple things, it's like, it is starting to pick up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But exactly, people like myself bringing that more to the forefront and saying, hey, these things are available. You can even grow them. Maybe it's a rosemary plant on your balcony. And then how you can make it into a tincture, how you can do these kinds of things that are going to support your liver, which your doctor will never tell you unless you have like fatty liver disease or you have cancer of the liver. They're not going to say we need to work on your liver. They're just looking at the skin condition, something like this. So when we can come around from that back end and make that the back end support, maybe you still need the Western medical support. I also don't put it down.
No, of course.
But I just want to empower the general population to take some of that strength back for ourselves.
Absolutely. 100%. It's so important. What advice would you give someone who is just beginning their journey into conscious wellness?
One step at a time. Yes, because it can be overwhelming. There's a lot of information out there and it can be really confusing and seem complicated. Sometimes we don't know who to follow, who to listen to, what to do, what's good for me, what isn't good for me. So one step at a time and follow your intuition. Those are the two best pieces I would be able to give. Yeah.
You're trained in multiple modalities. So how do you incorporate the other modalities or practices into your wellness program, and what benefits have you observed by doing that?
Yeah. So I primarily work with nutrition and meditation, but like you say, I have a few others as well. And the next two that are most prominent in my work, it would be yoga and Reiki. And I offer my clients opportunities for yoga, but also Tai Chi. I did practice as well. If that someone feels like that's more suitable for their body style or they'd like to do something like that more, we would incorporate. It's kind of up to the client because some people don't want that stuff or some people already have it. So it's up to an individual basis in that manner. Reiki in general, when I'm working with a client, I'll hold our sessions in the Reiki energy. So it's just feeling that good energy. Also, if I do, even I offer some online meditation spaces and different things like this. If I'm doing that for like group spaces, again, I'll hold it in Reiki energy. If, of course, there's people in there, I'll invite them to do that as well if they know Reiki. And it just generally supports on a holistic level, again, adding and tapping into those extra pieces. Yeah,
just more tools in your tool belt that enable you to help your clients better.
Yeah.
How do you incorporate mindfulness into your everyday activities, and why is that so important?
Yes, it is so important. So how do I do it? It's really, again, a step-by-step process. We must do it regularly so we build up that muscle to have it in our space every day, right? So even waking up, it's what's the first thing that comes to your mind? How are you thinking? And bringing that awareness in, because very often we wake up and we're just like, we go in our routine. So it's like just waking up a moment, take a breath, starting even there and just like thinking I think in my mind space, how do I want my day to go today? What do I need to get done? Something of this, like starting really on that positive note, starting already the mindfulness train for the day, you may say.
Yeah.
And then, just moving from there. When I get into the kitchen, I'm going in my breakfast, and I know this breakfast is healthy and healing my body, preventing and maintaining all those things. So it just goes from there. Another one I really tap into also is my breath. That's one of my biggest indicators. If I'm not breathing well, kind of like a shallow or it's closed off, I know that something's not right. So just listening to your body as well is going to be one of the biggest things that's going to tell you when something's off.
For sure.
Yeah.
Practicing gratitude is another good one.
Oh, yes. I recently moved countries, so I fell out of the habit. Things change when you move countries, right?
Yes, for sure.
Doing a gratitude journal before bed is amazing. I've done that one before, and just you can write 2, 3, 5, 10 things. Once you get into the habit, you can really find those. And also I got into a habit of doing it like every Sunday as well. My husband and I were writing on a paper and kind of putting it in the jar thing and then you see it at the end of the year. So that was
gratitude
really nice.
Jar? That's really cool.
That was a really neat one. And then at the end, you see all these things. You're like, oh, yeah, I did this. And, oh, wow. And it sparks back a lot of, wow, I have a lot of amazing things in my life.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
What is your personal mission and vision for conscious wellness? And how do you convey this to your clients?
My personal mission for conscious wellness is really to just bring more of that to the world and to the people around, so we can just be able to step into that. And how do I convey it to my clients? I teach them the tools to do it themselves. They don't need, that's why I feel sometimes a coach, we're almost like the coach is going to hold my hand the whole way and keep holding and keep going and you keep going. I want to teach the tools that I have to my clients so they can learn from the tools and walk away and have them for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I really
go forward and not be reliant upon you.
Yeah. I mean, by all means, I'm happy if people come back and I can still support them if they have any questions or anything. That's the door's always open.
Yeah.
But I really want my clients to have those tools so they can use them consciously, willingly, and powerfully in their own space.
Love it. How has your mission evolved over the years, and what experiences have influenced this evolution?
How has my mission evolved over the years? Yeah, I think it stayed pretty steady in terms of wanting to continue or feeling that need to share the light and to share this information. And it's there. Like I say, it's part of me and part of who I am. It changes in terms of sometimes I've been focusing more specifically on nutrition right in the kitchen, or like I say, maybe I've shifted a little bit more to yoga or Reiki. There's that holistic, but it's definitely, I'd say, maintain a pretty stable foundational piece, because that's what I really feel, that it's that foundation. These are foundational pieces that are going to help us to continue to move forward. Was there a second part to your question?
What experiences influenced this evolution?
The experiences that influenced it? Oof. Yeah. Moving around. I mean, like I say, I think the mission itself has stayed pretty stable in terms of the different experiences that I've had. It's life, just continuing ongoing things that come up. One huge piece was the COVID, when that hit the fan, and it was like so many people not knowing what to do, feeling lonely. So it's okay, let's just take this quiet time and do some meditation. So just bringing that in, tapping on what's available to us and how we can. Also then, okay, we're going to go more online now. Those kind of natural evolutionary processes that happen. Yeah.
Okay. Who in your life, Lori, has had the biggest impact on you and why?
That's a good question. I feel the first person that comes to mind is actually my current nutrition teacher. I met him, 5 or 6 years ago when we were living in the Philippines, and he's originally from Malaysia, and he's just an amazing soul. Again, it was just like, I remember coming home after my first studies with him and telling my husband, I love him. I'm like, I'm not in a sexual way, but
in a platonic way.
Yeah. I'm like, I love this man. Like everything about him. He's just an amazing person all around. He has such a plethora of information, such a heart of gold. He's so willing to help others and support. And I feel in some regard, our missions are very similar. It's like he knows he has this information that he has to share and to get it out there, continuing to spread the light. And
Yeah.
that just resonates on such a level. I want to be like him. I want to continue to have that strength within me to continue sharing.
It's an incredible feeling to have all of this information and knowledge and wisdom to share with people so that they can better their lives. It feels so incredible to be able to do that for others. That's part of why we're all here, is to help each other. And to be able to do that for another human being is one of the most incredible, beautiful feelings there is in the world.
Yes.
What do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful?
My compassionate heart, my ability to listen and understand people. And I mean, that seems so simple, but I think that's it. Just my compassionate heart and understanding and kind soul that I feel easily, and I feel the pain from others easily, which I need to also, or have also been able to manage that. So I'm not taking on their pain, but I can feel it. And that helps. People realize they feel it as well. It's genuine connection.
Speaking of success, how do you define that word? What does success mean to you?
I really feel that it has to do with loving your life, loving yourself, loving your life, because that's that's that holistic piece, right? Again, that one wobbly wheel. What is it? Where are we off? And I love the space that I'm in, that you can honestly say that. And if not, like, where can we strengthen it? What is it? What is the piece that needs to be strengthened? So for me, it's really love is foundation. Yeah.
Love is everything. And it all starts here within us.
Yes. Yes.
What would you say is one of the most important things you've learned in your life? And what was your life like before you learned it? And what was your life like after learning it?
I think it's probably the nutritional information that I've learned before learning it. And specifically, I studied traditional Chinese medicine, and I get the nutrition information from there. Before learning it, these foods are healthy, these foods are unhealthy. And it was like, I basically was trying to maintain a healthy weight with healthy foods. And I had previously also a lot of weight issues. So that was something that was quite prominent in my space. After having my health crisis come into my space, when I looked at nutrition, it was from a different perspective. It was like, food is our medicine. This can be healing. It's not just maintaining a healthy weight or being healthy, but on a much deeper level, because we really can get into all the energetics of food and how this food is serving our body, how this doesn't, what this does. And it's not just in terms of junk food doesn't serve our body. That's pretty general knowledge already.
Yeah.
But in terms of on even a deeper level, like what types of food are better for us at breakfast? What foods are going to serve our body better in the afternoon? So we really tap into the energetics of it. And it's shifted that conscious awareness again. It just opens that level of, whoa, energetics. Perspective. It's just like there's energy in everything. Again, pretty common. We hear that saying everything is energy or energy is everything. But really tapping into that and understanding that at the next level has changed my life. Absolutely. Just everything is different. You see everything differently. You look at things, and I also, like I say, I'm clairvoyant and clairsentient, so I feel and see easily. But it's like you can't go back once you start noticing these things.
You can't unring that bell.
No.
What's something surprising you've learned about yourself in the last year?
Something surprising I learned myself last year, that I am one motherfucking strong woman. I knew it before, but it's reached the next level. Again, it's almost like peeling the layers of an onion in different ways, where you get the next level of strength. And I felt this last year really taught me a lot. Again, about my healing journey, I had some my own health issues come up, and it was just like, I will not waver from this. The wisdom that I know this is the stuff that I need to apply. I just need to understand where to tweak it and what exactly to apply, when and where. And at the time when I initially had this health crisis this last year, what came into my space, I did have to go to an emergency hospital. I was actually visiting my family in Canada at the time, and I had to see a doctor, and I had to take Western medicine. I was quite limited to my own resources at the time. But the Western medicine didn't help. And I mean, it helped for about 3 days, but then it came back like full force, even stronger.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to use my tools to do this. And the strength that required from within to know that this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm here for. I cannot let this go. I cannot let my family or my friends or my people in my life dictate my healing journey. I know what I need to do. And it was just a total another level up of indicating my own personal strength, because I got this.
That's incredible. What would you say is one of your biggest failures or teachable moments? And what did you learn from it?
Yeah, I don't really like to use the word failure so much. So it's when you say teachable moments, that resonates a bit more. And that's interesting because I also, through the meditation and the mindfulness, I often go quite quickly to where's the teachable, right?
Yeah.
So I don't hang on to that like mistake, failure energy. I really feel like what comes to mind is this basically our whole interview conversation almost, it was the vaccines of not listening to myself from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I remember even questioning, do we really need these vaccines? And it was like, the company said we should. Well, okay. So it's like, just really, I would say that was probably in terms of a failure, not listening to myself. But again, that's that teachable. Because I didn't, it brought this in my life. And it's taken me now on the last 12 years on this healing journey to get myself to where I am today and in that self-empowerment. So it's definitely taught me the most. And that's been a massive been the hardest. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. A long journey.
Yeah.
What does the word empowerment mean to you, Lori?
Empowerment is taking our power back, is having that sense of strength within, that we're looking within for the answers and trusting ourselves with what resonates, with what our intuition, what our instincts are telling us. Really getting back in touch with our true feelings. We don't need to, again, I'm not saying the information we can learn from other people, we can get other things. Absolutely. But what is true to you? This is empowerment. When you build that strength of your own space, yes, this resonates. This is for me. I am taking this and moving forward with it. This is a truth for me. That's an empowered way. That's
a big one, though, to learn to trust yourself and to trust in your intuition. I mean, we all have intuition. We're born with it. But I think that as we grow older, it gets conditioned out of us because of societal conditioning, parental conditioning, religious conditioning, all the different things. It gets tamped down. Not that it leaves us, but it gets tamped down so we forget that it's there. And so it's like a relearning process to trust ourselves and to lean into our intuition and our guide.
Yes.
It's huge for sure.
It is.
Okay, we're going to jump into a little rapid fire section. So the next grouping of questions just be 2, 3, 4-word answer type thing, okay?
Okay.
What is one of your favorite quotes?
Be the change you want to see in the world.
What's one thing you want but cannot buy with money?
A more compassionate husband.
If you could teach the world one thing, what would it be?
Proper nutrition.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
Compassionate.
What is one thing you love about yourself that is not related to your physical appearance?
My kind heart.
What is your favorite self-care practice?
If I say nutrition, I feel like I'm just talking about that all the time. So I'm going to say a nice hot bath in the evening.
That concludes our rapid fire section. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. If other people could use 3 words to describe you, what would you want those 3 words to be?
I'm going to go with compassionate again, kind and loving.
If you could step into my shoes, what question would you have asked yourself that I didn't ask you?
Why have you chosen these ancient healing modalities?
Go ahead.
Okay. So as I said, I work with TCM Nutrition, which is traditional Chinese medicine. Also Reiki, yoga, and meditation. I mean, meditation is coming from many places, but it's essentially, we can date it back many years as well. It's quite interesting as well because I always felt like I wasn't too into tradition in some ways. I was quite a rule breaker. But these kinds of ancient practices resonate in my soul. And even when I originally had heard the opportunity for us to move to China, I was like, no, I don't want to live in China. I don't want to go there. But going there, I instantly felt a resonance in my space. I like this place. And I can't even put a finger on it even till this day, but it was just, there was a resonance. And that's where I feel like the ancient wisdom that's carried on in these healing practices, it's ancient wisdom for a reason. The people that practiced it for so many years and for such a long time, they knew this, they practiced it for a reason. When I think also about TCM coming out of China, yoga coming out of India, Reiki coming out of Japan, for example, these are countries all with some of the highest populations in the world as well, and quite healthy in general as well. So we got to put some credit on some of these things where they're tapping into these alternative healing, right? So that's my point there. I think the wisdom that is carried on from a lot of ancient cultures and traditions.
Thousands of years of wisdom.
is still very potent today.
For
and
sure.
often overlooked, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'm bringing it back.
In full force. I love it.
Yeah.
What is your why, Lori?
To make the world a better place. To be the change I want to see in the world. I know we can do better.
We can.
Absolutely.
We can. More people need to wake up, but I think the world is starting to wake up. Since COVID, there's been a lot of people awakening, and I think there's still a lot of people that are walking around sleepwalking, but it will get there, I think. I really believe that we will get there.
Yes, I believe so too. I do. I see it. I feel it. You can see it in lots of spaces.
Yeah.
It's coming in. Sometimes I'm even surprised. I think, whoa, that person's talking like really high level. Oh, there's people out there that can even resonate. But there is. It's rising up compared to 5-10 years ago. Big difference.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's amazing to see. I love it.
Yes.
That's how things are going to start to change.
Yes. Yes. Greater conscious awareness is the way. We must start waking up, opening our eyes. Yeah.
Absolutely. If you had the opportunity to sit down and have a 1-hour conversation with one woman, any woman in the world, who would it be and why?
One woman, any woman in the world. I had one. Now she went out. Who would I? Oh, that's a good question. I really had this lady in my head and now she slipped away. Oh, I know. I got one anyways. If it was a different one, Pink, the singer.
Okay.
I think she would be really interesting to talk about. I think she has a lot of conscious awareness. I like her music as well. I recently seen a short little interview clip from her, and the interviewer was asking her about what does she think about Madonna's face. And Pink was like, pardon me? This is progress? You're asking me what I think about Madonna's face? Like,
that's an odd question.
Yeah. So I feel like she's so on it in this way. So many people would have just, this, or she shouldn't have done that, or this bantering back and forth. But I was like, yes, Pink, thank you. We need to step up and stop looking at these stupid, superficial things and nitpicking them about good for Madonna if that's what she wants to do. Yeah. Whatever. Like, you do you. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
Love yourself. Start earlier.
Lastly, Lori, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, your tribe, your people, your corner of the world, what would that last 30 seconds sound like? What words of wisdom would you impart?
Love yourself more. Live your life to your fullest. Eat good food that serves you. Think good thoughts that serve you and others around you. Live compassionately. Connect with nature. Meditate often. Do what serves your soul.
Beautiful. Lori, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me today, for sharing the beautiful light you put out into the world through the work you do, for taking and making the time to chat with me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I am honored to have you as a member of the Empowerography community. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you so much.
Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography podcast. Today, my guest has been Lori Voss. She is a conscious wellness expert. Thank you so much, Lori. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at visuphoria.ca, follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast, and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.